Hello, fake assassination department, where it's more than just a fad. How can I help you? I'm sorry, what? The White House Correspondents' Dinner. You mean the one that's tonight? No. I understand why you need this to happen. His numbers are tanking, people are talking about Epstein again, and the whole Strait of Hormuz debacle is just blowing up in his face. My question is, why are you asking for this now? I cannot throw something together in a couple of hours, okay? This is a carefully planned piece of staged political intrigue, not a dinner party for an 8th grade graduation. I know it worked in 2024. You know why it worked in 2024? Because I had time to make it work! I had time to teach the Secret Service choreography. I had time to set up that little fist photo op thing, and I had time to give the president a little vial of fake blood and instruct him on how to put it on his ear in a somewhat believable fashion. And believe me, that last bit was actually the hardest thing of the whole debacle. 6 months of planning, and you want me to do this in... Where is my watch? I'm starting to think you guys go to this well a little too much. You had the one in Pennsylvania in 2024, then another one on a golf course a few months later, and now this? Fellas, this is not like using your dead grandmother in order to get out of a math test, all right? We're dealing with severely diminishing returns. Fine, you can send me over a copy of the president's jokes, but I'm telling you, it's not going to make this go any smooth. Oh my God. On second thought, I can work something up, but I'm telling you right now, it's not going to be good. Best I can do is a couple of shots fired in the lobby before Secret Service takes him down. And it is important that Secret Service takes him down before anybody has a chance to ask him any questions. Half my job is finding patsies, and I am scraping the bottom of the barrel. At this point, I'm pretty much down to loners on the dark web and dudes in community college improv troops. No, we can't use DoorDash grandma again. We've already used her too much, and people are starting to get suspicious. Also, make sure the president doesn't know this is happening. We'll need footage of him looking surprised when the Secret Service shoves him to the ground like an old beanbag chair.
Yeah, does this look like a crowd of people that just went through a horribly traumatic event to you? Every single one of them has a smile on their face. Caroline Levitt can't even stop herself from laughing. Yeah, I don't think Melania looks like she went through anything horribly traumatic there. Do with this picture what you will.
So this is a photo of Stephen Miller running out of the White House Correspondents' Dinner while positioning his pregnant wife in front of him, almost as if he was using her as a human shield. I would like to think that if you had a pregnant wife, you would make sure to do everything to guard her and guard her body from a shooter. But no, that's not what Stephen Miller does. He puts her and the baby in front of him. Is this picture not the perfect encapsulation of MAGA? They like to claim they're these tough guys, but when it comes down to it, they're willing to put their pregnant wives in front of them so that they get injured before they do. By the way, I keep hearing from right-wing commentators and Republican politicians that the left's rhetoric against Donald Trump is what instigated the event at last night's Correspondents' Dinner, which is crazy, considering Donald Trump frequently calls his political opponents vermin, enemy of the people, stupid, low IQ, fascist. But anyhow, I mean, take a photo of that, because that is MAGA in a nutshell.
USA! USA! USA!
So that was Trump Deputy Chief of Staff Dan Scavino, who it looks like shares Trump's hand size, according to this frame. And this video was taken during the incident at the White House Correspondents' Dinner the other day. And yes, he tried and miserably failed to hype up the crowd by chanting, USA, USA. During an active emergency, he dug as deep as he could and tried to pull out this little magic trick, hoping to recreate, I guess, a Butler, Pennsylvania moment. And clearly and understandably, he failed miserably. Not at a Trump rally, not during a post-emergency press conference, during the actual event, while everybody else in the room is quiet, more than likely trying to listen for directives or at least to understand where the danger is coming from, Scavino started shouting and acting more awkwardly than Kash Patel in the Team USA locker room this winter. This, ladies and gentlemen, this is the caliber of people that the sitting president of the United States surrounds himself with for advice. And of course, when they're not advisors, they're close enough to the administration that they're invited to the White House Correspondents' Dinner, only to then take a kissy face selfie immediately after the incident. This is the hands we're in now. This is the administration that history and voters dealt us. And that's why I'm not surprised that child poverty rate in the United States has tripled in the last 3 years, while we're spending $1 billion a day to keep the Strait of Hormuz closed.
Hey, did you know that in order to keep containment on his flock when he felt like he was losing them, he would stage an attempt on his life? This doesn't have anything to do with anything in particular. I just wanted to point it out. You know, Jim Jones, the cult leader who founded the People's Temple and had a mass murder-suicide that, you know, of 900 people, including 304 children. I'm just saying, there's a lot of wrangling in, you know, when people started to stray. Makes you think.
Again, I think this is a scheme that him and Todd set up together, but the math not mathing. And you come up with your own conclusion, but like perfect timing, midterms, wanting to build that stupid ballroom. I love how she puts this. She lays it out for you. More importantly, there are way too many failed attempts.
I'm leaving here with something. You know what I mean? I'm from around the way. I'm leaving with something.
I'm not saying that it was staged. I'm just saying it seems like this happens every time his ratings hit an all-time low.
At the end of the day got to end. This is about Congress not approving that money or him having to go in front of them to get the money approved to pull these stunts with this ballroom that he wants to have. Because saying him following up this with a conference saying, you know, I hate to say this, but if we would have had the ballroom, would the same security not be in charge at the ballroom, Donald? Does the ballroom have something you're not telling us? Is there some sort of invisible bubble? Is it Atlantis? Help me understand. I'm perplexed. And I beseech you, my people, please don't lean into the dumbing down of our society because he wants to be able to say these things and it makes sense to you. Again, every time there's been a shooting or issue in this country as of late, the level of information, we knew everything about Timothy McVeigh. We knew everything about them boys at Columbine, their mamas, their aunties, their cousin, where they went to church. You heard a little bit about the young man they say shot Charlie Kirk. Then it was the trans person's fault. Ain't seen that trans person sent the interview. The trans person ain't came online. When you ever known a white trans person to be quiet? A furry at that. Huh? And now all of a sudden the bullets don't match. And the man who was in charge of certain things, he stepped down. And Cash Patel is walking around looking like Bert and Ernie at the same motherfucking time, bitch, with a tinge of Big Bird. Smelling like Oscar Grouch. Huh? Yeah. It don't make no sense, cuz. It don't.
Everyone's debating the current shooting, but I'm stuck on the fact that most of those men left their own wives behind. Everyone keeps zooming in on the chaos. I'm zooming in on the behavior. Because in multiple angles, you don't just see officials being escorted, you see men moving without their wives. Not grabbing them, not shielding them, not even looking back. And that's where this gets uncomfortable. Because we've been sold this idea that men are natural protectors, that in a crisis, instinct kicks in and they secure their family first. But what happens when the instinct is actually self-preservation? That's what this looks like. If a man will leave you in a moment like that, it's not because he suddenly became that person. It's because he already was. Crisis doesn't change character. It reveals it.
Y'all want to know why I know it was staged? It's because they missed.
They got the shooting at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. They ain't get nobody. You know who I mean by nobody. He's still here. My thing is, who y'all keep getting to do the job? Because they ain't professional enough for me, goddammit. You can't miss him. He the only orange motherfucker in the room. Where's y'all even ordering them from? Have they even done something like this before? At this level of profession? I mean, if y'all need us all to chip in and put a little something in on it, if the budget ain't right, because I'm starting to think y'all hiring these motherfuckers off Temu. They say this one didn't even make it into the dinner. He was in the hallway shooting in the air and shit. This ain't no drug bust. And I know y'all ain't professional. Put the silencer on it where everybody can't hear. Be more discreet. Pow, 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 pow. How you think that's about to work? Everybody can hear you. You know what? I bet you it's Melania hiring all the wrong folks. She trying to order them offline. You know she can't read. You can't order nothing like this offline. You got all these connections. Next time you see somebody in Secret Service or something, give them a hand signal. Tell them meet you in the bathroom. Then y'all can come up with a plan up in there. You being too lazy and nonchalant about the job. That's serious. The level of excitement that I had was overly stimulating, goddamn. The first thing came out my mouth was, did they get him? Fuck around and fuck my night up.
So we all know that shit was staged, right? The White House Correspondents' Dinner has done something that this administration rarely does, and that's put everyone on the same exact page. And that's because we've seen the same exact play time and time again. How many times are we going to see a lone gunman get into a high security place with almost no pushback? The only thing this situation proved was how ghoulish this administration is. Erica Kirk doesn't have enough tears to make this whole thing look authentic. Between Pete Hegseth laughing after Trump addressed the public after the shooting, billionaires using their pregnant wives as human shields, or the press secretary joking about a shooting moments before it happened, this whole administration is ghoulish, every single man, every single woman. I think my favorite thing, though, is the people that swiped all the bottles after the shooting was cleared. But honestly, if I'm ducking and hiding under a table at a black tie event, the least you could do is give me a bottle of wine. Because being a little bit drunk is the only way that I would buy that this isn't an inside job. And we all know that nothing's going to come from this. No one's been arrested from the Epstein files. The only person doing an investigation over Charlie Kirk's death is Candace Owens. And Kash Patel looks surprised every time we see him, so we know he's not going to be any help. Donald Trump and his minions are running this country like a circus. And the sad part is many of you voted for this.
Like, what the fuck? Who do y'all keep calling that they missing the motherfucking target? Whoa! What is the problem? This is the second time. This fake ass, goofy ass attempt. Like, I mean, honestly. Honestly. Are y'all in it to win it or not? Next time, call me. Because I feel we're not taking this seriously enough. Jesus Christ. What is it gonna take? They used to get the presidents gone for much less back in the day. Shit was too easy. Who are y'all calling? Is it their first fucking day on the job? Jesus Christ. Oh my God. I can't take much more.
It's crazy because there was an assassination attempt on the president last weekend. And I don't feel like anybody cares. Like, nobody's taking it that seriously. Maybe it's just my algorithm. But as far as I can tell, people seem to be more concerned about Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson and Jocelyn Hernandez exposing the Zeus Network than they care about the shooting at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. You know, it's a busy news cycle, and all the stories are competing with one another. I guess an assassination attempt just doesn't hold the same weight that it used to. Also, this isn't the first attempt on Trump's life. There was the Butler, Pennsylvania incident that happened a few years ago. Maybe, like, you lose the shock value after the first time. Nobody got hurt. The alleged shooter was apprehended. There's a clip of Erica Kirk being escorted out of the building, crying, saying she just wants to go home. Erica, you've been present for 2 shootings in the same year. What kind of life are you living? Do you guys think the incident is a cause for concern, or is it just business as usual? Let me know in the comments.
And how the fuck y'all keep shooting everything but this bitch? The fuck? Damn.
I wonder what the universe where Trump didn't win is doing.